Want to go to Mexico? Yeah, baby.
It's a pretty girl.
Esto dice así, para mi amor del Pacífico, sabor. Cuando yo estaba el otro día viéndote pasar, frente a la playa tu mirada tuve que alcanzar. No me lograba yo explicar, esto no era normal. Cuando en tus ojos yo miré algo sobrenatural, sobrenatural.
Baja California, Mexico, winter 2023. Part 4, Ojo de Liebre, where we wistfully wait, wanting whales, while watching birds. In Part 3, we stayed nearly a week at Bahia de Los Angeles. The plan was to continue south. Our next stop would be Guerro, Negro, a good-sized town on the west coast where we could resupply food and water. On iOverlander, we found a campsite just north of town on the outskirts of the Dunas de la Soledad, which is the largest coastal dune sheet in North America. On the way there, we passed through another military checkpoint, and they just asked the usual questions. Where are you going? Where are you from? And are you on vacation? Of course, this was all said in Spanish, so it pays to brush up on your Espanol. Hablo poquito español.
Estoy de vacaciones. Wow. At least they leave room between them. Good job.
This one is amazing.
That is impressive.
That Tetris skills on point.
You can see the vans are just
Swing.
there's
That's why they're avoiding all the bumps. Because every pothole they go, woo!
yeah.
We found a campsite, ran into town for some supplies, and came back to a very quiet evening. So quiet, the silence was deafening. This is the sounds of the dunes. We did have one curious visitor. What are you doing? Pup? You looking at the toothpaste that we just spit out? He's like, you dumbass, that's not food. I wanted food. Now I gotta go find it.
Maybe they'll drop something. I'll just wait here and keep an eye on them.
The following day, after a trip to town for propane and water for the teardrop, we took a walk along the water's edge. Over the 2 days we were there, we saw 3 or 4 other campers and 3 or 4 other locals, and that was about it.
It's a baby Patrick.
Teeny.
I sense no danger here. How could they be dangerous? They're covered with free cheese!
Tell me how tiny him is.
Patrick. From the dunes, we headed to the Laguna Ojo de Liebre. This would be our first and only established campground of the trip. The man at the gate asked for 200 pesos, about $12 US, and told us to camp anywhere. Ojo de Liebre means the eye of the hare. The campground had 13 palapa campsites, and as many unimproved campsites, a restaurant, and a pier. The pier was home to a pair of osprey. We suspected that someone would come around and collect 200 pesos every day, but no one ever did. Of course, it was a little too early for whale watching season. If you were to go at any other time, your experience may differ.
That's a lot of fish.
The last time we saw this many fishes when we went to the fish hatching place. Didn't
Yeah.
realize that there's so many different kinds of trout.
The fish hatchery in Wyoming. That's a lot of fish. And they go, I mean, it's a non-stop pile of fish.
It's not unheard of to have an early arrival of whales, and we were hoping for that. But alas, they seem to be taking their time. But at least the bird life put on a good show. The restaurant wasn't open yet, but a crew was busy repairing it, while another crew worked on the pangas they used for tour boats. They worked every day, including Christmas Day, preparing for the upcoming whale watching season. Whale watching is a huge tourist draw for the region. The whales typically arrive in January and stay until as late as April, mating and calving in the warm waters of the lagoon. Ojo de Liebre is well known for its whale watching tours. You can make reservations by phone or on site. The reserve has strict rules on access to the lagoon, and only licensed guides and their boats are allowed on the water. Sometimes the curious whale will swim right up to the panga for petting. We are definitely going back in season because I wants to pet the whales.
There we are, home sweet home. I think we'll stay here through Christmas. That'd be nice. Maybe we'll have a whale say hi to us on Christmas Day. That would be really cool. We have an osprey nearby. And we've got some extra palm fronds to fix our roof. Yeah, this is nice. Shade.
The time we spent here was spent relaxing, going for walks, and watching the wildlife, like this osprey that had caught a needlefish.
Oh, flat in her butt. For video.
Storm clouds off in the distance. Rain might be coming our way. But we added a wall to the front of the palapa. We fixed the roof. And we've got the interior all cozied up. So we might
see.
we'll see how drippy it gets. We might survive a storm. I love the sound of rain on the roof of my palapa.
Okay, we got wine and snack.
Wine and snacks.
Wine and snack.
This is how you get through a rainstorm. Fresh guacamole, homemade guacamole. Elizabeth made guacamole. We have wine, we have snacks. We've got a nice view of the bay. And we can sit and listen to the rain.
First morning at Ojo de Liebre. Coffee's brewing. Make a little special treat this morning. Now that we have survived another longest day of the year. A little bit of azúcar. Ooh, that was a lot. And our coffee. Some leche. And mine. Back to Palapa. There's our sunrise this morning. Don't see any whales yet. Still too early for them, apparently. We got our windicator 2000 attached to our post so we can tell if the wind's blowing or not from inside the trailer.
Windicator.
2000.
Everyone should have a Windicator 2000.
Windicator 2000. Be in the know which way the wind blows.
And the coffee, she's a brewing.
And the sun, she a rising.
The sun, she a rising. Quiet night.
Gorgeous sunrise.
He's gotta wait for the sun.
While we understand why there's regulations on why tourists can't just take any boat out onto the lagoon, it's still a bit of a downer. When the air got colder and the wind got windier, we were happy we had our palapa for shelter after our nature walks.
It's just a bird trail. Made it to the end of the pier. Wow. Nice. Upgraded to Windicator 3000.
New and improved.
Windicator 3000. 33.3% better than the original.
Because Windicator 2000 just wasn't working effectively.
It's too close to the palapa.
Yeah, the wind was doing weird things over the palapa.
This
So-
needed to be away from.
We picked this up a Windicator 3000. Seems to be working better. Good job.
The storms rolled through, and the sun came out, and we were greeted by this complete rainbow.
Wow.
I've never seen that many cormorants.
Wow. That's a lot.
We planned on staying through Christmas. A few other campers came and went, but in general, it was a really quiet place. A great place to reflect on the year that had gone past. As the sun went down and the evening breeze picked up, we were nice and snug in our warm shelter. We had the walls to block the wind and our campfire in a can to keep us warm, and enough free time to indulge in a little gaming action.
We got walls. I wanted to dub that because, you know, we got Tokyo Police Club playing in the background. But the walls keep the wind out. It's much better that way. And that heats us up nice and warm.
Most people don't believe you should play video games while you're camping, but this is us living full time.
Zelda with a view.
It's not just a vacation, it's a way of life. And we should all have fun in our own ways.
Oh, you tried!
And if that involves running all over Hyrule defeating monsters, so be it.
That was a good try.
That was a good try. We make a good team.
And Elizabeth gets to play out her fantasies of owning horses. And finally, Christmas Day dawned clear and bright. On our daily walk, we finally got to check out the whale skeleton displayed in front of the restaurant.
Yeah. That's willy big.
That's whaley big.
Cool.
This is a beautiful, peaceful place. We look forward to a return visit when the whales are frolicking in the Laguna. For this trip, the bird show made it special enough.
One leg, no heads. Predators, maybe. I bet they're not. They're probably like, screw it, I'm sleeping. The sun is nice. This is a zone of protection. Nobody's gonna hurt me. I got my shovel. Last night we were sound asleep about 2 a.m. and we heard coyotes howling. And one of them decided to mark his territory in our campsite. So here's how they mark their territory. They poop.
Yeah, and somebody said that he would establish his territory by pooping next to it.
I mean, that would be the logical way you would do it.
And
that
then
would be his territory. This would be our territory.
And then someone else said, that's disgusting and you're not pooping in front of a palapa. Though it kind of has a rhyme to it, pooping
in front of a palapa.
But instead
I'm going to move his territory farther that way, and he can have on the other side of the road. And we've got all this.
But his little feetsies will get wet.
Well, you know, he'll just have to make do. Make doo-doo. Doo-doo. Get it?
Got it. Don't throw it on the burbs. I think that would be bothering. You need to respect the wildlife.
I have respected the wildlife. I have nothing but respect for the wildlife, unless they poop in my palapa.
At least he did not poop inside.
In the palapa.
Did not poop in the palapa.
That would have been bad.
And at least we caught it before we stepped in it.
Yes. No one stepped in the poop. How many times can we say poop?
That was a lot of poops.
Thanks for watching. In our next video,
I'm dancing like a hippie chick on the street. Around the fire in Baja. I'm so cool.
more questionable fireside dancing.
Influencer you.
I'm influencing people.
If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and check out our other videos.